a really freaky athlete out of Utah, out of the factory that is Corner Canyon High School, just producing all sorts of ridiculous offensive numbers, producing power four talent year after year now, multiple quarterbacks and receivers going to big time schools. Tell us about Jerome Myles, the latest in this line of offensive stars out of Corner Canyon, Matt.
Yeah, so we currently have him at wide receiver 15, 118 overall in the class, about 6'2" and a half, 218 pounds, out of the Corner Canyon, Utah, which is the first ranked team in Utah, obviously, 76 team power rating versus a 47 strength of schedule. And he is currently committed to Ole Miss, and actually a legacy commit, I believe. Um, and yeah, so we're talking about another big time freak athlete. Uh, he's pretty easily going to maintain the highest score in this class, I believe. At the moment, he's just right at 99%, and that's actually without his updated track and field times from this offseason, which he's currently at a 10.36 100 meter, which is 94th percentile in our database, a 20.84 200 meter, which is all 96th percentile. We also have a 4.48 vertical, or a 4.48 40-yard dash time, a 35-inch vertical, a 450 squat, uh, everything you're looking for athletically, with fantastic sides as well. Um, Now, as you might expect, not the most refined player. I actually don't think he's that awful from what I can see in terms of just being a super raw guy. I don't think he's crazy raw, but again, it's not his strong suit by any means. Uh, but outside just the straight line explosive athleticism, I do think he's very sudden. I do think he doesn't move that bad laterally for a massive wide receiver. I'd actually argue pretty good suddenness and lateral movement. Uh, I think he does really kind of remind me a lot of Ryan Wingo from last year's class, although maybe even more athletic. Because I think Wingo ended up with a 10.4 100 meters. So either way, he's already eclipsed it. He's going to be doing track and field next season too, so will not be early enroll. I do think there's a lot to like with his game. It's just, again, another guy we're talking about that's mostly just uses a vertical threat. That's really all they're looking for in this high school offense as it is. So a one-trick pony again in that regard. But I do think he has pretty good coordination already. I do think he has good body control, solid hands from what you can see. Uh, I will probably have him graded maybe a little bit better than Ryan Wingo, who, as anybody who watched the show knows, we were not all huge fans of.
Yeah, right. All right, are we going to get talked into another big, tall, fast, outside athletic X, David? That would be crazy if we get on the
DVD.
same show.
I mean, he is freaky for sure. So I'm definitely intrigued. I think we just need to see more, really. Like, I just need to see more because he was coming off of a broken ankle for much of his tape last season, and he only played in 5 games last year. So I feel like I just don't have a good feel for his game in general. And he just came off a really good camp performance, I'm interested. He was like the alpha dog at the Under Armour Salt Lake camp last this past weekend, and he was verified at 6'2" and a half, 218 with a 4.48 40. So the one thing is like he said he played at 225 last year, and then it said he took like a couple of months to cut down to 215 in order to run that 10.36 100. The only thing that makes me like a little nervous, I guess, like athletically and all that, is like if when he stops like making a concerted effort to like keep his weight down, like how big is this guy gonna get? Is he gonna get into who is the guy from Stanford? I can't who converted.
Io Mador.
No, I'm thinking of the tight end. He's like a tight end now in the NFL. Crap. I can't think of his name. Anyway, I think he plays for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Some of these guys, like, they just get so big, and that's the only thing that kind of makes me nervous. I hope that he can stay 225 or under. Otherwise, I think he might get like 4.48 at 218 is very good. Let's not get to like 230 or whatever. Then I, then I get a little nervous about his separation and stuff. But definitely just I'm intrigued to see how he does senior year, basically. And yeah, that offense is like just so it's just like I don't know, I don't call it like gimmicky or whatever, but it's like spread out and it's like a lot of vertical stuff. I hopefully we can see more like variety of routes and maybe see some more after the catch stuff. But I imagine he's going to be fully healthy this year, and I think we'll get a better idea. And regardless, I think the NFL is going to be interested. I mean, he's like almost 100th percentile athlete, so it's like he definitely has NFL upside for sure. I don't want to overthink that part of it.
Yeah, the 99th percentile is really something. And in those 5 games last year, he was very good. I mean, I think he had 19 for 486 and 6 touchdowns in 5 games. I don't know. I don't know the breakdown of those games if he led the team, but presumably he was pretty close to leading the team in those games for the production there. They do throw a ton, though, and explosive offense. And a lot of guys have put up a ton of stats for Corner Canyon. I don't know if anyone's become a great college player just yet out of that system, although Jackson Dart might be a guy for Ole Miss. Looking good for him. And I do think it's interesting that maybe after this big camp performance, he'll start getting some other offers, but like Ole Miss, Utah, Cal, Arkansas, for a guy with this athleticism, like what's missing there? I mean, you'd think all the big dogs would be after this guy, but I think he showed a little less nuance as a receiver to me than the guy we previously talked about, which was CJ Wiley. This guy seemed, Jerome Myles to me seemed a little bit more of like truly just a deep threat right now. No real evidence of like much route running prowess at all, but he doesn't need to. Like we said, keep talking about that offense up in Corner Canyon, Utah. Let us know what you think about Jerome Myles. I mean, this guy's kind of a Rorschach test. Are you an athlete guy, or do you want to see the production? Do you want to see the refined tactician? He is going to be on the spectrum, all of that athlete that many people dream of. But like and subscribe to this video. Let us know in the comments if you think Jerome Myles is going to develop into, I mean, at 6'3", 225, like that is Julio size. Like he's huge and incredibly athletic. Is he the one? Is Jerome Myles the one?